Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to cover the MacKay Trophy that was awarded in 1978 and the background of the mission that led to the award. The MacKay Trophy resides in the National Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C. It is displayed in the foyer as you enter the museum. It is awarded each year to an Air Force aircrew for the most meritorious flight for that year. Here is a picture of the trophy as it's seen in the foyer. There were two C-5A crews involved in this mission, but I will be describing it from the viewpoint of the 9th Mast crew headed by Captain Hoberger. The mission started as a routine resupply mission to Bahrain. The itinerary was to depart Dover Air Force Base and fly to Norfolk Naval Air Station to pick up fresh meat and vegetables for the fleet operating out of Bahrain. From Norfolk, we would fly to Rota Naval Air Station, Spain, and RON. The next day, we would fly to Bahrain and RON. The following day, we would fly to Frankfurt, Germany, RON, and the following day would return to Dover Air Force Base. Here is a photo of Dover Air Force Base. Here is a photo of Norfolk Naval Air Station. And here is a photo of Rota Naval Air Station, Spain. Our flight to Rota was uneventful. We went into crew rest. There was no on-base quarters available, so we were put up in off-base quarters, contract quarters, in a nearby hotel. We arrived at our hotel, and within several hours, we were alerted for an immediate mission. We were going to augment another C-5A crew and fly a mission to Corsica, pick up some French Legionnaires, and fly to Lubumbashi in the Congo. Our first stop was Solenzara, Corsica. This is a map that shows the geographical location of Rota and Solenzara. This is the pic of this Solenzara airfield. We completely filled the compartment with large trucks and jeeps-like vehicles, 65 tons of equipment to be exact. The upper PAX deck was full. I think it had 70 seats. A Legionnaire report said that we hauled 80 Legionnaires. The Legionnaires were an interesting bunch of guys. I talked with one mid-flight. He informed me that they received combat pay on these missions, which seemed like a significant motivator for him. This is the general route that we flew to Lubumbashi. This is a picture of Lubumbashi airfield. This is a picture of the aircraft landing. You can see that slats are fully deployed and all 4 engines are in reverse thrust. We quickly offloaded and the Legionnaires left us to fend for ourselves. Rebel forces were reported to be within 4 miles of the airfield. I assume that is where the Legionnaires were headed. The flight engineer notified the AC that we had blown a tire on landing. Not good. We had no ground support and we needed to get out of there, quick. The crew had a lengthy discussion of what our options were. We considered kneeling the affected bogie or just departing with a flat tire. The final decision was to just take off as is. We departed for Brazzaville Airport near the capital of Kinshasa, Zaire. Here is a picture of Brazzaville Field. The landing was uneventful. We had to wait several days for a maintenance crew to arrive and repair the tires and brakes. We departed back to Dover Air Force Base. I remember winning about $35 in a blackjack game on the return trip to Dover. This was my first operational trip since being qualified in the C-5A. This mission was nominated for the MacKay Trophy. Here is a synopsis of the award and its criteria. Here is a synopsis of the actual award citation. Here is a copy of the special order conferring the award. Here's a picture of the entire crew at the award ceremony at the Pentagon. Here's a picture of a plaque that was given to each crew member. At the time, I had no information on the big picture about what was happening in the Congo to warrant this mission. I have referenced several online documents in the description below. They give a detailed account of all the military activities that went on. I will read some of the pertinent extracts so you will have a general understanding of the surrounding events. Conflict phase, May 11th, 78 through July 28, 1978. Some 4,000 Congolese National Liberation Front rebels, led by General Mumba, invaded the Shaba province. Beginning on May 11, 1978, the government requested assistance from France, Belgium, US, and China. On May 14, 1978, on May 19, 1978, the French government decided to send paratroopers to Zaire. Some 1,200 French troops and 1,750 Belgian troops were airlifted by U.S. government military aircraft, in addition to 100 U.S. military personnel, to Zaire on May 18th through the 20th, 1978. French troops killed some 300 rebels near Kolwezi on May 19th through 21, 1978. And here's a picture of that general area. French and Belgian troops were replaced by the Inter-African Force, IAF, beginning on June 5, 1978. President Mobutu and President Nito of Angola signed the Brazzaville Agreement on July 28, 1978, which provided for the ending of subversive activities. Some 900 individuals were killed during the conflict, including 300 civilians, 220 government soldiers, 200 rebels, 150 Europeans, and 4 French soldiers. Some 150,000 individuals fled as refugees to neighboring countries during the conflict. The Battle of Kolwezi, also Operation Bonite or Operation Leopard, was an airborne operation conducted in May 1978 in the then Zaire Democratic Republic of the Congo, now Central Africa. Its mission was to rescue over 2,000 European hostages held in the town of Kolwezi, an important mining center in the Katanga province of southern Zaire. The hostages were captured by Tigers, the Katanganese rebels from the left-wing Congolese National Liberation Front, or FNLC. The operation was successfully carried out by legionnaires from the 2nd Foreign Parachute Regiment of the French Foreign Legion. The Battle of Kolwezi was part of the Second War of Shaba, then title of the Katanga province, fought between Zaire and the FNLC. Military equipment from Corsica to Zaire. Meanwhile, at the Solenzara Air Base in Corsica, the Legionnaires' military material was loaded on board of U.S. Air Force transport aircraft, several Lockheed C-141 Starlifter airlifters. Especially the regiment's vehicles with the drivers, some 80 men in total, but these aircraft weren't able to transport all vehicles, and thus a Lockheed C-5 Galaxy aircraft had to arrive. The loading of the C-5 Galaxy took all night, plus the morning of May 20th. After the Lockheed C-5 Galaxy had been ready, it moved to Lubumbashi, Zaire, to be unloaded there. Okay, the Battle of Kolwezi. 600 troops of the French Foreign Legion's 2F Foreign Parachute Regiment took back Kolwezi after a 7-day battle and airlifted 2,250 European citizens to Belgium, but not before the FNLC massacred 80 Europeans and 200 Africans. And in one instance, the FNLC killed 34 European civilians who had hidden in a room. However, Pierre Yambayo claims many of the civilian deaths were caused by FAS troops and not the FNLC. In any case, the FNLC retreated to Zambia and back to Angola, vowing to return. The Zairian armed forces then forcibly evicted civilians along Shaba's 65-mile-long border with Angola, and Mobutu ordered them to shoot on sight. So that's the end of that extracted synopsis. The reason we flew into Lubumbashi was because Kolwezi was under control of the rebels, and Lubumbashi was the nearest field capable of handling the C-5A. Hope you enjoyed the video. If so, smash the like button.